Hello everyone, if you like marketing and business content, then this channel is for you. So I want to encourage you to consider subscribing for more content like this, which you're going to receive right now. Yeah, how's it?
Good and you? Good
Cool.
to be back.
Yeah, lekker. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the importance of building up your email list. We've had many email conversations, and if you've missed any of them, you can just go back to the homepage of this channel. If you're listening, go wherever you need to go in order to go look at other episodes with me and Bia talking about email marketing. In this episode, we want to talk about the importance of building your list and tactics that you can use in order to do that. Because without actual people in your email database, email marketing probably is not going to generate any results for you. So therefore, why is it important to build a list? Because without it, you're not going to be able to see any results with email marketing. So that's number one. So yeah, out of the importance of having a list, because without it, you're not going to see sales. What's another good reason for people to spend actual effort on growing the list? Because the mistake people make is that they're not really putting an effort into growing the email database. So the email database is just people who've come to the site, who've checked out and didn't convert, and a mix of customers as well. There's no real back-end efforts to grow the list. So maybe we can just touch on a second reason why it's important to actually focus efforts on building a list.
It's actually quite simple. If you think about it, the more people in your list, the more sales.
Simple as that.
So it's super simple actually. There's certain ways how to grow that list so that it's not just a massive beautiful list. It's also engaged people that want to give you their money. Yeah.
Another mistake is people assume that if you have 20, 30, 40,000 people or more, that you're just going to spit out money for the business, and that's not it. We've seen companies with massive, huge lists, but very little sales on the back of that, just because the people who are actually in the database are not contextual to the business and the products that they're actually selling. So it's just crappy leads, really.
Sometimes we see that brands buy lists. That's like a massive mistake. You need to spend time on building this list. If you buy a list, think about it. You're literally buying random people that's probably never going to be interested in your brand. Maybe you get like 5% of that massive list that you paid so much for that's going to be interested. So buying a list is honestly the worst thing you can do for your brand. It ruins your reputation. It leads to bad open rates, click-through rates, all of that. And it's just a massive list of unengaged people.
And you're also paying a premium on software tools for that list, and you're not seeing the money back. The profitability on that actual marketing strategy is just very low, if any. So it's important to have a list, because without it, you're not really going to see sales from email marketing unless you do something like abandoned cart sequences only. Number two, the bigger the list, the higher the probability of you actually seeing a return on your efforts. I think one thing that's important to note there as well is it can actually help you reduce your cost of purchase over time. Because I think we've unpacked this in one of the previous episodes, is that the more people that are on your list and the more you email them, obviously with specific creative messages around the business and the products and services that you're selling, the lower the cost of traffic that you're actually driving back to the site, because you pay one premium subscription a month for that list, but you can really communicate basically as often as you want with them.
I just want to add on that, like there's two ways that you can use your list. First of all, you've got this massive list to get returning customers. People come back to purchase more. Second of all, you can use your list, upload it as a customer list on ads, and then for example, if you're doing meta ads, and then make lookalikes of that list, which means that you're going to get people that's very similar to the subscribers, the people that subscribe to your brand. So there's two ways of using this massive list, which is it's super beneficial.
So the one benefit is you'll see more sales. The other benefit is your actual cost per acquisition will decrease, because the people that are coming back, you're basically increasing the lifetime value of existing customers. And for the people who might not have bought, who've subscribed for a giveaway or some contest or whatever, and who haven't bought from you yet, when you actually do convert them, then it's a matter of looking at it going like all the paid advertising efforts that you had to bring that person to the site is now not in vain anymore, because email was almost like the striker that eventually scored the goal. So it's like this whole team. Now I think people can start to see how everything works together, almost like a team of different players, in order to ensure that the team wins, and the team is your business. And I think marketing is just one of those players on the field. Now, with that said, maybe we can chat about some list building ideas. I think there's a couple of them to unpack. There's obviously an infinite amount of ways to do it, but what would you suggest? Where do people start, and what are some of our favorite tactics right now?
So when you think about it, when you have a brand new brand, let's say you're not established, you're probably in the market for like 2-3 months, even up until 4 or 5 months, you are not as established yet. So basically you're starting from scratch. So if you're a new brand, building your list is going to be crucial. Obviously, we know that, because you need to get all these people in your ecosystem to start promoting basically at the cheapest cost. So if you think a brand new brand, people don't know your products, people don't know anything about you. If you are just going to have a pop-up on your website with a discount to your products, it's not really going to be sufficient, because people don't know the brand. So yeah, they get the discount, but who knows if they actually want the product.
If the price of the product's $500 and you're giving them a 20% off, which is basically, $100. Or they're going to be like, great, but I still don't know if this product is
It's not
actually
enough.
worth buying. I'm not convinced that this is the product I want, regardless of the price.
So then an easy way for that, if you're building a list from scratch, literally you've got nothing, is to give freebies. Anything free, but there's a catch. T's and C's. Don't just give products away.
Because it can also not work at all.
100%.
If you do it the
So
wrong way. Yeah.
what you can do, for example, is have ebooks. That's kind of like an easy way to get leads in, what we call them leads. It's a lead magnet. Ebooks specifically based on if you, for example, are selling supplements in a fitness industry, you can, for example, give away a free meal plan. Someone signs up for a free meal plan, it's free. And then eventually you nurture them through the other tactics that we're going to talk about later. But free ebooks, guides, anything like a free meal plan. I literally, 2 days ago, I signed up for a free meal plan and now I'm receiving this fitness brand's emails.
Maybe it's one of our brands.
Maybe. It's almost like it's not a lot of work for someone to sign up. Just give their email address to get this free guide. You also just have to make sure that you are giving something and not asking for too much in return so that it's a win-win for both. You get someone's email address and name, for example, and then this person gets their free meal plan. That is if you want to build it from scratch. Free guides, free webinars, maybe, anything that's going to be contextual specifically to your brand. But this is where the T's and C's come in. You can't give a free trip to Hawaii and then it's not applicable to your brand at all because you're going to get such bad lead quality.
Everybody's going to want to sign up for a free trip. And we've actually had that happen. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago? I think one of the clients did something really big, massive, like it was a holiday that you can win.
And it's not contextual. If you are selling perfumes,
your
for
list
example.
grows, but the amount of money that you're going to make back from the people who subscribe are most likely not going to be as much as you think because most people just entered for the free trip.
You should have seen the unsubscribers after the winners were announced.
Yeah, well,
so we
makes sense.
spent a lot of money on getting these people in, but it's obviously bad quality. So in terms of that is just making sure that you provide something valuable for someone in return for the email address and contextual.
Just to touch on that, it's like giving away a free iPhone, which everybody wants, versus if you're selling a supplement brand, you can say this free meal plan is applicable to you losing weight, and therefore on the back of that, you can sell the fat burner or a meal replacement product or a protein of some sorts. Because the person who is signing up for a free meal plan, there's a high probability that they might be open to receiving information about a product who can further assist in the goal that the meal plan technically would have helped them with.
And the great thing about that is now selling, for example, or giving away this free meal plan, you've established your authority in the industry because you are giving so much information and value to this customer, potential customer. Eventually, in the long run, this customer might come back and buy from your brand because they've already gotten so much value from what they received in terms of an ebook or a guide or a free meal plan or whatever. So that's the thing. And then also, if you look at it for e-commerce brands, it's good to give away a product, but it's important not to just give away. Again, people just want free stuff. Let's say, for example, you only give away a bundle. Someone that's into fitness might want that, and then they're going to use your products. It's almost like a tester for them because that is where your products are obviously replenishable. So now after they've used your bundle, after they've potentially won, they're going to come back and purchase more. And then also that gives you that opportunity to give something for people to basically test out first, and then in return they can become loyal customers because it's a replenishable product.
Yeah, I think the bottom line of this, it has to be contextual to whatever you're trying to sell on the back end. And just to touch on ebooks, without digressing too much from the conversation, is that it's probably a little bit outdated considering AI and ChatGPT and Canva these days, because everybody can just put an ebook together. So other ideas on the back of that would be, I've seen free mini courses work really well, especially in the coaching consulting niches, but in the e-commerce space. I think, was it you that said, the beauty industry does really well with information?
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine a free mini course on how
Skincare.
to, imagine makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. Not for me, but for everybody
Maybe.
else. Who knows?
Yeah, like a skincare regime, for example. Everyone wants to have that information, and especially if you are basing yourself as an authority in the industry, then I want to know what's the first step, which is the exact products for my skin type to use.
We give away free courses. Actually, one of our free courses is the email course, by the way. Shameless plug if you want it. So that's one of the things, is like giving away free information essentially that is going to add value, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a mini course, or whether it's something else. Doesn't really matter. That's more lead magnet side. What other things are there that people can do?
So if you want to grow your list rapidly, very
Rapidly.
rapidly,
Am I speaking to ChatGPT?
unlock the potential.
Love it.
Elevate your list. In terms of growing your list rapidly, having a giveaway, but not just giving away products, but also giving away vouchers to your store. But I'm talking big vouchers. Let's say you've got a brand that sells skincare and you are giving away a 500 Rand, 1,000 Rand, and 1,500 Rand voucher to your store. It's at least vouchers to spend on your store if someone wins. So we know that it's still contextual because it's not a Take-A-Lot voucher or a different like Net Florist voucher or whatever.
Even if they don't win, they were still interested in getting the voucher to buy the products. Yeah.
So the quality of those leads coming in is actually still good. And it's not just that they want free stuff, because they're getting a voucher to your brand. So if you think about it, let's say your average order value is 800 Rand. Giving away a voucher of 500 Rand still leaves that opportunity for them to add a bit more to, use the products in full. So a giveaway is the best way to rapidly grow your list. Strategic giveaway, 100%. Also with that, perhaps like your brand is kind of established, but you just don't have that list yet. So people know about your brand, people know about the products that you sell, but you don't have a solid list yet, an email list. The best pop-up that you can have on your website is a Wheel of Fortune. I actually had this conversation with a few clients now where some clients said, no, but it's so annoying. This thing pops up and it looks whatever. The stat speaks for itself. That's the only thing I can say. Where you have an average sign-up rate for a normal pop-up giving 10 or 15% off. For a normal pop-up, just asking for someone's email address, that's about 2% average. That's actually not bad. A Wheel of Fortune can be between 15 and 30% sign-up rate.
What is ours? I think I've got stats in front of me for our own brand, Sentimental. So we've got our normal forms, we've got a 4.8, which is good, got a 6.94. And the moment we go to, if I look at the Wheel of Fortune, 17%. You see, that's literally 3 times more.
And I mean, it's really easy to set up. The great thing about that is you don't need any extra plugins. If you have Omnisend, you can just build all of that out in Omnisend. And it's so easy because it captures them immediately in your Omnisend platform, which is the email platform that we recommend.
And on the back of that, you can do welcome sequences, which we will discuss in a future episode to get people to just better understand what your brand's all about. Cool. So there you have it. At the end of the day, without people in your email list, you're not going to see return on your email efforts. Unless you're just doing abandoned cart sequences, then yes, maybe. But the bigger picture is the more people you have in your list, more amount of money that you can make back. And the more you can increase lifetime value, the cheaper your marketing will get as a whole. You can use it for data population on platforms like Meta and TikTok. You can do that too. On Google, you can do that too. So there's just a lot of value in building up a list. I think so many people get stuck on, I need to pay $500 this month or $400 this month for my email list. This is now if you have an extensive list. But we underestimate how much money we're actually making back. We were speaking, what was the average ROAS?
42.
At the end of the day, if you're going to be spending 1 Rand on your email marketing tool, you're going to get 42 Rand back. So for argument's sake, you're spending 3 grand, then 42 times 3 is 126,000, excuse me. That's quick math. So at the end of the day, it's not literally looking at the amount of money that you're spending that's going out of your pocket. It's looking at how much potential do you have to make more money back. The 3 ideas: ebooks, which is just contextual value, giveaways that are strategic, set in place, and also contextual, and the Wheel of Fortune. There you go. Maybe just to round off, for those of you that's still around, for the one person still watching this, I think a lot of people forget that they can actually run ads to continue building their list.
Yeah.
So it's not just having a giveaway on a site. You can actually use platforms like Meta and Google and whatnot in order to further amplify the growth of the list.
Yeah, you can expect slow results if you don't push paid traffic to that giveaway or to that landing page or to that form on the website.
100%. So there you have it. Hope there was enough value in it for you. If there was, I want to encourage you to consider liking, subscribing for more content like this. Thanks, B.
Cool, thanks.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.